Okay, the scenario that we are doing is the Beast. Some demons have grown so large or powerful they have lost their minds and become little more than ravenous beasts. There are great rewards if you can either catch and command this beast or, barring that, kill it. Well, this is a scenario for 1 to 4 players. It's the only scenario in the book that it's for solo play, so I thought I'd give it a go during this lockdown as a solo game, see how it works. Board is set up as a medium terrain, so we have to roll 4 times on the terrain table. Now the terrain itself, the board itself will be arranged like this, with the beast in the center and then the players deploying into the 4 corners of the play mat or the play board. So I think I will be starting down here as a solo player, player 1, and the beast will be there right in the center. So the terrain will be set up on a fairly random basis. Now let's have a look. Now here's a thing. It says the large monster from your collection on at least a 60mm base. I was planning to use the Heresy Troll, but that's only a 40 or 50mm base. May not be big enough. I think they're doing this to enable more figures to kind of crowd around the beast, to allow maybe for more attacks and more damage. Because looking at the life is got 40 life and combat of 12. So I'm going to be rolling. I'm going to have to roll 4s on everything. Let me see what I've got. I think the troll may not be big enough. Okay, victory conditions. The game lasts 5 rounds. The winner is the Cabal that either kills or controls the beasts. Okay, if a player retreats, they lose the game. Well, this is going to be a one-off game. It's not going to be a part of a campaign. This is just for the battle reports to test the rules. The rewards. This is for campaign. You can also get a title. The demon that slays the beast can get the Beast Slayer title. Very nice. Gives you combat of +1 whenever they make a CA roll against an enemy with higher combat. That's very nice. Right, what about the demon itself? What about the beast? Well, let's have a look. You can control the beast. Instead of just killing it, you can try and control it. So when I'm within 3 inches, I can choose to control instead of attacking. If I do, roll 66. If we get at least 1 natural 6, they gain 1 success. The first warband to reach 10 successes. Ooh. I mean, that would be quite useful for my methods, because my methods are going to have basically no chance whatsoever of hurting this bloody thing. They roll 3 dice. But I'm going to need 10 successes. It's only a 5-round game, so I'm going to have a minimum of 2 successes every turn. I don't know whether I trust my dice rolling. I have a reputation over here. I roll a lot of 1s. My dice rolling is terrible. I don't know whether I can do that. I think it's probably safer just for me to try and just go out and straight up kill it. Maybe use the methods to get behind and free up some space for the other creatures. What else do we have? Okay, so the beast has a move of 8, a life of 40, combat of 12. That combat 12 is going to be nasty. Okay, actions. The beast. The beast takes actions on 12 and 6. Oof. Will attack the model within 3 inches that last caused damage. If that is not applicable, then it will attack a random demon within 3 inches. If there are no demons within 3 inches, but there are within 8, the beast will move its full move to the closest demon and attack it. If multiple demons are equidistant, then randomly determine. If there are no demons within 8 inches, the beast will do nothing for its activation. Okay, so what I've got to do when I deploy, I've got to make sure that I'm more than 8 inches away. That way the beast won't do anything on his first activation, on a 12. And then I've got to look at my activation dice and figure out how I'm going to do it properly, so I can bait the beast and then activate to attack it. Because this primary action here, his first reaction condition, attack the model within 3 inches that last caused damage. So I'm going to have to be careful and think in terms of who hurts him last kind of thing, because that's who he's going to attack in retaliation. Okay, so this is the scenario that I'll be doing. I will set up the terrain and I will get the figures ready. I'll have a quick look around and see what I've got suitable to be the beast. This, like I say, I'm trying to follow it as close as I can. 60mm base. I'm going to have to see if I've got anything. I mean, and again, for this video, I want to try and use all painted figures if I can. As you may have seen in my other video when I was looking at miniature options for this game. I do have a lot of unpainted miniatures, but I don't really want to use them in the games themselves. So let me see what I've got, and then we'll set everything up, and we'll play the game, the Beast solo mode. Okay, so don't worry, this isn't an old Warhammer video. This is the book that I'm using to create the names for my ReignInHell Cabal. Yeah, in this old Warhammer Realm of Chaos book, there is actually a section on demon names, and they have a table where you can actually roll and create random names for your demons. So that's the purpose for this book. No, I'm not doing a review of this book. I'm not using this book for the game. I'm just using it as a reference for the names. Right, let's have a look. For the initial battle report, this is going to be my warband. I'm calling them Putrid Dreams. They are Lords of Hell philosophy. And this gives them the charismatic leader as their philosophy's special ability, which means I get an extra free minion when I create the Cabal. Ooh, very nice. You'll notice at the top of the Cabal sheet you have the space to put your activation dice and also to put your soul dice. I may transfer this to another sheet with maybe a summary of all these different skills, because the trouble is you can't put the dice on here if you print double-sided. So unless you print single-sided and have 2 sheets of paper, then you can't probably use this. So I might do like a summary sheet on my own which has all these different abilities, so I don't have to keep writing all the description for each of these relics and special abilities and essences. So I might do a reference sheet which also has space to put the dice on top, and that'll come later. So I did this as a starting game, so I only gave myself 100 souls to begin with. I spent a total of 92, which leaves me with 8 souls left. Now, I don't know yet if I'll be using this Cabal for a campaign. We're currently on lockdown over here, so if I'm going to play with somebody, it has to be with one of the kids. If that's the case, I'll probably create a new Cabal. So this one's probably just for a one-off, just to test things out, to do the first battle report so you guys can see how simple the game actually is to play. So first we have Doomgut Slakeheart. Yeah, these are names coming from the Realms of Chaos book. And this is my warrior leader. For his starting essence, I've given him Regenerate Soul. So every time he activates, he gains a life back. He heals 1 life. For his starting relic, I've given him the Soul Drinker. Natural 6s give 2 damage, and also if he kills a creature, he also heals life. So I think these 2 will be very useful for my leader to keep him alive. And then he has the philosophy bonus, and he also has the bonus for being the warrior. The model that I'm using for Doomgut is this Heresy model. I think it's called the Tunnel Dweller. Yeah, so this is going to be my leader model. Nice, really nice model, really nice demonic model. Then we come to the Devout. Now, for ReignInHell, you don't get to choose your Devout. It's selected based on your philosophy. So with the Lords of Hell, the Devout that you get is a Lord of the Pit. And he starts with the Righteousness skill and Worthy Sacrifice abilities, not skills. So the model I'll be using for this Eyeblade Maya Craze is a miniature from Weird. It's one of the Neverborn. I think this is like a Nephilim or a Greater Nephilim or something. This would be my Lord of the Pit. Okay, then I have 2 spined minions. They have Impaling Charge. And for these guys, I'll be using the Heresy Hellhound figures that look a lot like the Ghostbusters Zool doggies. Yeah, these were painted a long time ago. My painting has got better. Trust me. So this is Flesh Gut. Nice doggy. And then we have Blightfester, a different pose, a different sculpt. So these are my 2 spined demons. Turn the sheet over. I then have selected 2 armored demons. Sorry for the shadows, guys. I'm doing this late at night again. So my 2 armored demons have got steely skin, so that helps them in defense. And for these guys, I am using the mutant snails, or the chaos snails from Skibor. I'm using them as armored because obviously the big shell on the back. So this is Brute Carnal. And this is Rack Putrid. I need to remember which one's which when I'm actually playing the game. So those are my 2 armored demons. And to finish off, I purchased a Mephit, and then I got another Mephit. So I have 2 Mephits. These guys, the objective's not really to sort of fight and to do damage, but more to capture objectives, maybe to flank, to chase down enemies. So for these guys, I'm using, again, miniatures from Weird. These are also Neverborn Nephilim figures, but these are like minor Nephilim. So that's Fleshgrin. And then here we have Grasp Ica. Yeah, and these guys have the Sting and Move ability, so that helps them to move a lot faster. So with the Lords of Hell, they get the 1 free minion at the start. Of course, for that one, you want to choose the most expensive. I think the most expensive was the armored guys, the armored minions. So I took one of those as the freebie. So that will be my starting Cabal for this upcoming battle report. Okay, here we go with the first battle report for ReignInHell. This will be a solo game. It is the Beast scenario where you can have 1 to 4 players. So I'm trying this out with a single Cabal just to see how the game will work. I have my suspicions that it's kind of just going to get into a situation where I just surround the Beast and just hit it to hell, or hit it to wherever hell goes when they die. Anyway, I've changed the creature that I was using for the Beast. I was going to use the Heresy Troll, but I've had to change that because the base wasn't big enough. So I've had to now use this old GW Great Unclean One. This Greater Demon of Nurgle from the old GW line, simply because the base is bigger, and I think that's important for this scenario, to make sure you can fit enough creatures around it to have a chance of landing enough hits to hurt the bloody thing, because in the scenario it has 40 life and combat of 12, so you're always rolling 4s basically. My Cabal is set up down here. I have my leader my warrior leader. I have my Lord of the Pit. I have 2 Mephits. I have 2 armored demons, and we have 2, excuse my fingers and hand, 2 spined demons. Now, I don't know if this is the optimal build. I don't think it is the optimal build for going up against the beast, but again, that's one of the reasons why we're playing, to find out. I think an optimal build would probably have maybe Slaughter instead of Mephits, but I just came up with a band, a Cabal that I thought looked good. So without further ado, and I do apologise in advance, the camera work may be a little bit shaky. This is my first battle report that I'm filming, so I'm getting used to holding the camera and everything else. So let's roll for activation. I have my activation dice already here. I have a bunch of d6 for combat ready there. I have a bunch of dice there just in case I get soul dice. I don't think I'm going to get much this game, if I do get any. But they're there anyway, just in case. And I have the dice there to indicate the number of turn, and it's a 5-turn game. So as I mentioned before, in terms of terrain, I have a forest with no special rules. I have a shrine with no special rules, but you can go there, pray, and hopefully something may benefit you. And I have 3 crags, 3 rocky crags, 2 sacrifice pillars, and 1 skull pillar there. This terrain piece here, you see the river of blood. In this game will have no effect. I'm thinking in other games that this may count as maybe like a swamp, maybe get rid of this river part here and just rely on this part, and that will count maybe as like one of the swamps of despair or something. But let's get down to the game, and the first thing we need to do is to roll our activation dice. Now, because this is the Lords of Hell, I got a free minion when I created, so I am starting with 8 models, so therefore I have 8 activation dice to begin with. So 8 dice we are rolling for activation. Okay, what have we got? We have 11, another 11, we have a 9, a 6, a 5, and then 3 2s. So this is what we have now. The monster, the beast, will activate on 12 and 6. So I don't have any 12, so the monster will activate first, but that should be okay because I've made sure that my creatures are all outside of 8 inches. So his first activation on 12, he's gonna do nothing as per the scenario. I will then have 3 activations before activation 6. Now I have a 6. The monster, the beast, will also activate on 6, so we will have to roll to see who goes first. And I will then have 4 activations after the beast. So looking at these, I'm thinking I've got to think in terms of drawing the beast into a trap and having my guys in a position to attack. So I've got to use one of my figures as bait, but when to do that? Okay, so activation number 12, the beast will go. There are no creatures within 8 inches, so therefore his activation, he does nothing. We then go to 11. I have 2 activations on 11. Now what I think I will do is I will activate my 3 flyers before he gets to activate, because I have a 9 as well. Yeah, the monster's going to activate on 6. So I've got 3 activations. I think I'm going to move my flyers so they're in a better position to attack once I send the bait ahead. So we will activate the Mephit here first. So we're going to activate the Mephit, so he will use a running skirmish, which basically means that he can, because of his special ability, he can add an extra 3 inches to his move. So his basic move is 9 fly, so plus 3 makes it a movement of 12. Now, I want to try and stay 8 inches away from the beast. So if I move him 12, let's use a dice for the moment. If I move him here, his base is going to come out to about there. Is he within 8 inches? Yes, he is. So I'm going to have to move him. I would say I'm going to have to move him about there, aren't I? So, oops. First mistake of the game. So I'm going to move the Mephit from there. I'm going to move him up to here. Not as far as I'd like, but I've got to make sure that he stays 8 inches away. So, yeah, he's outside of 8 inches. So I'll move this guy here. Put the activation dice there to make sure that we remember that he's been moved. Next up will be the second Mephit here, and I am going to move him over the shrine, maybe to the other side, and see if I can get the benefit. So again, I've got to stay outside of 8 inches from the beast. So I've got to put him over there. Take the Mephit and place him on the other side of the shrine. Now I've got to remember he's there. So we'll take the dice, put it there. So that's his movement. Just double check that he's more than 8 inches away. Yep. So now we will roll to see if he is actually going to benefit from the shrine. So on a 4+, you can actually benefit from either a +1 to combat or to recover D3 wounds. So we're going to roll a D6, and he doesn't get it. Now he can only do that once per turn. Every model can only do that once per turn, so he's screwed now. But he's done his movement, he's done his activation, and he's out of range. He's in a position where he can flank around a bit later. Now the last activation before the demon gets a go, we're going to activate the Lord of the Pit, our other flyer. The Lord of the Pit has a movement of 8 fly, but again I could raise that. No, I couldn't raise that, so forget what I'm saying. So I'm going to move him. I'm just going to move him up here. Plenty of move. Going to move him up to the temple there. Keep the dice with him so I can remember. And again, he's going to roll to see whether he gets the benefit from the temple. Need a 4+, and we fail again. I told you my dice rolling was terrible. So that's the first 3 activations. Okay, back to the activations, and we're now at 6. So the beast and I will go on 6. Let's see who will go first. So this is for the beast. The beast gets a 4 and I get a 1. So of course the beast goes first. My dice rolling. But again, all of my creatures are outside of 8 inches, so the beast does nothing. So I'm wasting a turn in terms of damage, but normally the first turn is for movement anyway, so it's okay. So now I can activate my 6 and the rest. So now I just want to position myself into attack positions so that when I lay the bait, this guy can then be attacked by as much of mine as possible. So what I want to do is, I've got 5 activations left. I've got 5 models there. I've got my 2 spined demons, I've got my 2 armored demons, and I've got the leader. Now, what I really want is to have 1 demon within 3 inches, the rest to be outside of 3. So that the beast has no choice but to attack the one that I want as the bait. So the spined demons have a movement of 6. Movement of 6. So if I activate this guy, I could bring him over here. I think I'll do that. So little doggy here. We'll move 6 to there. I mean, now he's within 8 inches of the beast, but that's okay because I'm going to put one minion within 3 inches, so he'll automatically go for that. The other spined demon. Okay, so the other spined demon, we are going to move over here, so we can put him in front of the temple. So we take the demon, put him in the front of the shrine. There's his activation dice, and again we're going to roll and see whether he can benefit from the shrine, which he does. So I will make that the first spined demon, which is Flesh Gut. So now because of that he gets a +1 to his combat for the rest of the game. So he now has combat of 7. Nice. Awesome. Right, so we have 3 activations left. We have the 2 armored demons and we have the leader. So I want one of these armored demons to be the bait. He's not going to get within 3 inches, is he? He's too slow. Oh, that's not good. Best laid plans. Stupid idiot players. Okay, never mind. The armored demons have a problem in that they're very slow. They can only move 4 inches. He's not going to be within 3 inches, is he? If I move him 4 inches, we'll bring him there. He's going to be 4.5 to 5 inches away from the demon. Ah, okay, so that plan didn't bloody work. What an idiot. Okay, never mind. Let's get this guy up. We want this demon to go to here. Give him an activation dice. This guy we want to move up to here. Give him an activation dice. We got 1 dice left, which is going to be for the leader. Now, where do I want the leader to go? I want to be able to move because I think in this game you can't actually move through models. So I think the leader. The leader has a move of 6. So I think the leader, I don't really want him to be attacked just yet. So I've got to keep him outside of 8 inches. So what I'll do is, let's have a look and see. 8 inches, it's to the base of the thing, so as long as I can fit him there, should be okay. He'll be outside of 8 inches. So the leader, I will move up to the shrine again, keeping him outside of 8 inches. Good, good, good. He has now been activated, and I will try to do the shrine with him again. So on a 4+, tickable. Alright, so end of turn 1, I've moved a load of my creatures. I've tried with 4, I think with the method over there. I've tried 4 guys at the shrine and only 1 have benefited from the boost. Typical with my dice rolling. The beast hasn't done anything yet because I've stayed out of range. However, now I do have a bunch of guys within 8 inches and none within 3. I was an idiot. I forgot about the slow movement of the armored demons. Never mind, let's carry on. It is now turn 2. Where's the 2? It is now turn 2. The demon's going to activate on 12 and 6 again. Let's see what my dice are going to bring. Okay, rolling for activation. Okay, this is a little bit better. We have a 12. We have an 11. We have a 9. We have another 9. We have a bunch of 6s. And we have a 4. So that looks a little bit better. We have the 12 where we're going to have to roll against the demon to see who goes first. Then we have 3 activations. And then we have 3 6s. Again, we'll have to roll against the demon to see who goes first. The demon's still on full health. He still has 40 health or 40 life. And I've put a dice here in case I try to control him. So that's 0 at the moment. So activations... Bzz. Well, I mean, if I win the roll, I could actually move one of my demons within 3 inches. That could work. But then I might be out of range. Never mind. Let's carry on. So let's see first. So rolling for the demon, for the beast. 3, rolling for myself. Typical. Here we go. Beast goes first. All these plans I have, they're just not working. Right, so there are currently 4 of my minions within 8 inches. We have the 2 spined demons and we have the 2 armored demons. They are all within 8 inches of the beast, so he's going to randomly select which one he charges. This is not good. I wanted the guy to charge here so that I could go around and flank him, but if the little bugger goes this way, these guys are going to be out of the action for another turn. And like I mentioned at the start, I don't know whether I'm going to have enough turns to do 40 damage to this git. Okay, so we're going to take a d12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, see who he attacks. Bloody knew it. My dice rolling. My reputation is well founded. Bloody tickable. Hey. Doink, 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 doink. He's going to charge this git, which means these guys are going to be out of position for maybe another turn. Ah, oh, son of a... Alright, so the demon will move up to 8 inches to contact him and charge him and attack him. So the demon comes and goes crunch. Whoops, moving terrain, can't do that. So the beast attacks the spined demon. Now, luckily, this is the one who has the additional combat points, so he has combat 7 instead of combat 6. Now, this is not going to help him too much because he's up against combat 12 of the beast. This is not going to be pretty. Okay, now the scenario doesn't say that the beast needs to select one of the combat styles, whether it's a running, skirmish, or charge, or focused, whether it gets the bonuses. So I'm assuming that it doesn't get those bonuses, that it's just a flat 12 dice. So he's going to whack the spined demon 12 dice, 2+. Well, he misses 2. That means he hits 10 times. Now, the spined demon has 7 life. Normally has 6 combat, but this one got the bonus from the shrine, so he's got 7 combat. Now, I'm up against 10 attacks, 10 hits. So, with these 7 dice, I've got to get at least 4 6s or he's dead. I wish my dice rolling... Oh! I'm keeping that. That's counting. I'm keeping that. I'm keeping that on account that I suck at dice rolls. I'm keeping that. And we get 3. I need you one more. 3. So instead of 10 hits, we take 7 hits. And what's the life of the spine demon? It's bloody 7, isn't it? I just needed one more. Okay. The spine demon takes 7 damage. He is dead. He's pushing up the daisies. 6 feet under. Rest in pieces. Goodbye, doggy. Now, because the demon died, one of my demons died before doing anything. I have to actually lose one of my unspent activation dice. So I lose an activation this turn, basically, whether the creature had activated or not. You lose one of these unspent dice. So this is going to go over here for the moment. I'm lost it because little doggy died, and this beast is going to pay. Okay, so now I have 4 activations before I then have to see whether we or the beast goes on 6 first. So 4 activations. Now, I don't really want the Mephit to be the focus of his attack next. Little Mephit hiding around the corner here. So I'm going to have to move him out the way before we get to the 6s. My Lord of the Pit can fly over my leader, so that's not a problem. These 2 guys can both charge in. This is what I'm worried about. My armored demons are really slow. But this guy can make it. This one can't. This one can go into combat. This one can't. This doggy, move of 6, spined demon, move of 6, can't get into combat, he's out of range. Mephit can, but he's not going to do much. He's potentially got a move of 12 inches. So that would be about 8. And then he could fly 4 away. So I've got 4 activations. I'm thinking 1, 2, 3, and then maybe this Mephit can attack and then fly off. But then I've got to worry about the demon attacking these guys. Okay, that's what we'll do. We'll see how it goes. Even if I screw up, it'll make for a fun fight. So let's go to the first activation. Okay, so I've got to think in terms of sequence for this, because models can't move through other models. You have to move around them. So if I move this armored demon here into contact with the base, that will block this leader from actually moving around. If I move him first, I can actually move around, possibly to the back, as if I've got enough move. Then I could move the armored demon in here. So I think that's what I'll do. I think I'll do the leader first, because he can deal a bit of damage if I'm lucky. He has the Soul Drinker ability, so if he rolls natural 6s, it counts as 2 damage instead of 1. So I think I'll do the leader first. I'll use my 12 activation on my leader. So he has a move of 6. So we can move 5 and then 1 to get around to his rear. So the leader can move around and attack from the back. Now you only have to be within half an inch, so you don't have to actually be in base-to-base contact. So as long as you're within half an inch is fine. So I'll put my leader there. That's the maximum he can move. And he's doing a charge, so he's going to get a +1 dice to his attack. Let's move around a little bit so we can see what's going on with the fight between the 2 disease nurgly thingies. Right, so we are attacking him here. Oh, keep the dice with him. So Doomgut, who is my leader, normally has a combat of 7, and he'll be getting +1 for the charge. He can re-roll one of his dice due to the warrior ability, the combat master. He can change one of his dice to a 6. And that's pretty much it. Enemies get a -1 to their CA. Yeah, he only gets 1 extra dice, so he'll be rolling 8 dice. Alright, so my leader's rolling 8 dice. Because his combat is less than the beast's combat, he has to roll 4s to hit. Let's see how we do. Well, we got 4 hit. We've got 1 natural 6, so that could count as 2 damage. So 2, 3, 4, potentially got 5 damage. I can also change 1 dice to a 6. But I'm thinking that this doesn't count as a natural 6. If you change the dice to be a 6, I don't think it will count as a natural 6 and thus do another 2 damage. So I think this would just count as a 1 damage here. So 2, 3, 4, 5, potentially 6 damage. That's not too bad. That's not too bad. But let's see how the beast reacts with his defense, because he's going to be rolling 12 dice. Okay, so the beast is now rolling 12 dice. He needs 6s to negate hits. 0. That's what I like to see. Something going in my favour for a change in terms of dice. My dice rolling sucks. So we are now doing 2 for the natural 6. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 damage to the beast. So from 40, 6 damage. Takes him down to 34. That's pretty good. Okay, next up I'm going to do my 11. And I think I'm going to do this guy, this armored demon here. So he only has a movement of 4, but that's fine. That's enough to bring him. That's enough to bring him close to the beast. So we will move him to within ½ an inch of the beast. I want to try and make space for other creatures if possible. So we'll put him there. Keep the dice with him so we can remember he's been activated. And the armored demon will attack the beast. Now, the armored demon has absolutely no offensive skills whatsoever. He has steely skin, which basically allows him to change 1 dice to a 6 in defense. That's it. So my armored demon, he charged in. He has 5 basic dice, so +1 is 6. And again, combat's lower, so even though it's now raised by 1 dice to 6, it's still a lot lower than 12. So he has to roll 4s to attack, and he's got no offensive abilities whatsoever. So all right, now we have 2 9s. So who's going to be the next activation? I think it will be the Lord of the Pit. So we will activate the Lord of the Pit next. He has a movement of 8 fly, so he can actually go over the guy. He can charge over him, get to the other side with no problems whatsoever. So we will take the Lord of the Pit. We will place him the other side within ½ an inch. The skulls are in the bloody way, but I'll put him in contact there. Okay, so he's in contact. Again, put the dice with him to make sure we know that he's been activated. Now, the Lord of the Pit, he doesn't have any offensive bonuses at the moment. He has a basic combat of 7, 12 life, but until things start dying, he doesn't actually get any benefits at the moment. So he's rolling 7 dice +1 for the charge. Alright, so 8 dice, hitting on a 4+. Not too bad, not too bad. My dice obviously prefer the bigger creatures. They're sucked with the little guys, but for the big guys, I'm not doing too bad. So we have 2, 4, 5. 5 hits. Demon is rolling 12 dice in defense. He needs a 6s. 2. 2 6s. So 2 don't hit, so 3 wounds, which brings him down to 31. Next activation. Alright, so for the next activation, the second 9 that we had, I am going to activate the Mephit, which is around the corner here. He's going to do a running skirmish, so he's going to attack the beast. Oh, terrain got in the way. We're going to attack the beast and then run off somewhere else. So we're going to activate this guy here. We are going to do running skirmish. We're going to move in, which is 3 inches. So we will move him here, which is about 3 inches. Now the Mephits are not good at combat. They don't have any offensive bonuses yet, so he's only going to be rolling 3 dice, and because he's doing running skirmish, he doesn't get any extra dice whatsoever. So it's only 3 dice. Okay, so the Mephit hits 4+. Wow. Okay, 3 hits. That's pretty cool. He might actually cause some damage. Okay, the beast is rolling 12 dice. He needs 6s to defend. And he gets 1 6. So the Mephit causes 2 damage. Hey, that's not too bad compared to what the others have done. So he is now down to 29 life. Not bad, Mr. Mephit. And now the Mephit will run away. He moved, what was it, 4 inches to get there, was it? Was it 4 inches? 3 inches? 3 inches, I think. Was it 3 inches? Yeah, it looks about 3 inches. So 3 inches, he can do a maximum of 12, so he can move up to another 9 inches. Now, actually no, I think what I will do is I'll move the Mephit over here so that if my Lord of the Pit wants to use his worthy sacrifice, he can sacrifice this guy. So that means he has to stay, I think, within 3 inches. So what we'll do is we'll move him. We'll move the Mephit over here, behind the sacrificial pillar. And that will be the Mephit done. Right, we have 3 activations left, which are these 3 guys here, which were pretty much taken out of the game for this turn anyway, because this beast attacked the spine demon there instead of coming down here as I wanted. So these 3 guys are activating on 6s, but the beast also activates on 6. So now we have to roll and see who goes first, the beast or me. So the beast is going on 3 and I am going on I could have guessed. Okay, beast goes first. Right, now in terms of sequence, the beast will attack the creature that wounded him the last. That will attack the monster within 3 inches that last caused damage to the beast. Now that would be Lord of the Pit, I think, wouldn't it? Because the leader caused damage first, then the Lord of the Pit. This sucky guy didn't do anything. And then the Mephit caused damage last, but he's more than 3 inches away. So the Lord of the Pit technically caused damage last, didn't he? So the beast will attack the Lord of the Pit. That's not good. Now, the Lord of the Pit doesn't have any defensive boosts at the moment. So 12 dice from the beast. He needs 2s. Misses twice. That's not good. That means he hits 10 times. The Lord of the Pit has 12 life. I mean, he's going to survive this, but he's going to be pretty low on health. Okay, let's see how his defense dice roll. Okay, so he has a combat of 7. Needs 6s. You've got 1 6. That's okay. So 1 6 means 1 prevented. 2, 4, 6, 8, 9 damage to the Lord of the Pit. That ain't good. Okay, so the Lord of the Pit is down to 3 life. Oh god, that's not good. Alright, we have 3 more activations. We have these 3 guys to go. Don't think it really matters who goes first, just maybe in terms of clearing the way so others can move. The Mephit can fly, so I'm not too worried about him. Spined Demon and the Armoured Demon need to move. I think I need to move the Armoured Demon out of the way first so the Spined Demon can get a bit closer. That should keep him out of the way. So he's done. And then the Spined Demon. I don't think he can reach. Yeah, he's out of range. So what we'll do is we'll charge him in as far as possible. I don't think he can get. He can't even get to the shrine. That's not good. Let's just charge him in and. Yeah, that's all I can do. I can't do much else. So let's just move him in as far as he can. Put him there. That's him done. Now for the Mephit, he is how far away? He is about 8 inches away, so he would then be able to move 4. Yeah, okay, so we're going to move 8 inches. We're going to running skirmish, so move 8 inches to attack this guy. And then move 4 inches over here towards the shrine. So the next turn maybe he can pray or attack again. So let's do that. The Mephit, sorry I keep moving the terrain. The Mephit is going to fly over here. This is going to be the last activating creature. He's going to attack the beast with 3 dice. Needing 4s. Hey, the Mephits are nasty. Whew, 3 hits. And the beast now has to defend. So the beast is now defending. He needs 6s. And he gets 2 6s. So 1 wound from the Mephit. So he's now down to 28 life. That wasn't so good. And then the Mephit will move. He moved 8, so he can move another 4 inches. He will move over the side of the shrine. So he will run over here. Ready for next turn. Okay, and that is the end of turn 2.